Recently, a friend of mine said to me, "Hey, Byte Jones, can you share some business ideas with me?" So I said, "Of course. That's literally the thing I talk about on YouTube all the time. Are you even subscribed to my channel?" I'm talking to you. Have you subscribed to my channel? But if you haven't, go ahead and smash that subscribe button right now. Anyways, she said, yeah. I've subscribed to your channel, but what I want is, I want some business ideas that I can start right now in this current cost of living crisis. And also, they need to be plain and simple. None of this AI stuff or dropshipping stuff that you talk about all the time. And I said, look, I've got you. I am gonna share some ideas with you, so I did. And I'm gonna share some of those same ideas with you. What do you do when you want a little bit of comfort? Now, I don't know about you, but I know what I do. And like many people, I turn to simple pleasures like chocolates, sweets, and other treats. Now, you might be thinking, well, Byte Jones, surely if people are struggling to put the heating on and to put food on the table, they're not gonna be spending money on sweets. But the truth is, it doesn't matter what the economic situation is, people will still crave a guilty pleasure. And buying sweets might be a more affordable luxury than going to the cinema or eating out. Now, check out this recent BBC article which reported that confectionery sales across the country has been booming in this current cost of living crisis, both online and in stores. And if you want further convincing, check out the fact that Cadbury's, their sales increased by over 30% in the last financial crisis in 2008. Now, you could get your bite of the candy by setting up your own online sweet shop. Now, sweets are easy to package and ship, and the profit margins can be really good. Now, for example, check out this couple, Harry and Tyler, who opened up an American-styled online sweet shop, and in one day, they reported that they were sending out over 700 parcels. Now, why is this a great business? One, it's scalable. There are no limits to the number of sales you can make online. So you can grow as fast as you like and as much as you like. Two, demand. Sweets are a timeless pleasure. Who doesn't have a sweet tooth? And three, it's very easy for you to get started. All you need is an e-commerce platform, which you can get by using a platform like Shopify for as little as £30 a month. Now, to begin with, you could just create this website yourself. It's very easy to do. Now, to find sweets, it will depend on the theme you're going for or the style of sweets that you're selling, but you can find thousands of suppliers all across the internet where you can source your sweets from. And in terms of getting new customers, you will have to use platforms like Facebook and Instagram to create engaging content to promote your sweets. I want to share with you an opportunity that I'm currently learning about myself right now. So you know the UK's property market is massive, but getting in requires you to have a large deposit, which makes it really hard for most people. Forget about buy-to-let and let me introduce you to the world of rent to rent. Yes, it's a real thing and it's properly legit. Now, in this business model, you will basically rent a property long-term from a landlord, and then you're going to sublet it at a higher price with obviously full transparency. You're going to be upfront with the landlord about your plans to rent out the property to different people. Now, here is how this works. You're going to approach the landlord and you're going to offer guaranteed rent for 3 to 5 years. You will also let them know that you're going to handle a cosmetic refurbishment and sublet the property to professional tenants. Now, obviously, you might be thinking, why would a landlord agree to this? You see, for them, it's a win. They are going to get guaranteed rent, eliminating any gaps between tenants. Plus, they get a hands-off experience, meaning no hassle with property maintenance or dealing with people who haven't paid their rent or any of that drama. So to get started, you will need a few essentials. First, you need to set up a limited company, and you can do this on Companies House. It will cost you about £15. You will also need to open a business bank account. You will then need to create a professional website with strong branding, and you will need to get a business email and a local phone number. Local phone number, not a mobile phone number. You will also need to secure insurance to protect yourself. You will need to do things like register with the ICO because you're collecting personal data. And then you will also need to apply and sign up for any UK-based property redress scheme. And this is essential in the UK for any properties that you do not own. So to get started with this, you're going to use the UK's largest property website, Rightmove. Obviously, everybody uses this platform to search for property, and this is where you will start as well. Now, you're going to look for different types of properties here. First, you're going to find properties that are suitable for multiple occupancies, or HMOs. And then you're going to find service accommodation. So these are properties that you can rent out to companies for their employees. And then you're going to try and find properties that are suitable for short-term rentals for the tourist market. Now, any one of these strategies or a combination of all of these strategies can lead to a profitable rent-to-rent business. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I'm currently researching this model and I'm learning from the top experts in the industry. Now, there's so much more that we can cover and discuss in a video like this. Like, for example, how to pitch to landlords and how to fully set up your business. Now, if you would like me to provide a detailed video explaining all of these things, let me know in the comments. So you're likely aware that Brexit means Brexit. Today, I have got a Brexit benefit that might just surprise you. Now, you may have noticed the immediate impact of Brexit when you found yourself stuck in long queues at the airport on your way to Ibiza or your favorite European holiday destination. But did you know that the realities of Brexit extends far beyond your personal travel inconveniences? And one of the most significant consequences of Brexit has been a severe shortage of both skilled and unskilled labour. Everybody has just left. Now, before Brexit, the UK had unrestricted access to the EU's labour market of approximately 400 million people. Now, this allowed EU citizens to live and work in the UK without needing visas. But let's not forget, British citizens enjoyed the same freedoms in other European countries as well. But all of this changed overnight on December 31st, 2020. We will never forget it. We all remember it. Remember. Have you ever thought about how this sudden change has impacted the UK's labour market? The effects can be significant. Now, I am not here to talk about whether Brexit was a good or bad decision. Obviously, I've got my own views on that. I want to highlight a crucial point. The UK's demand for labour didn't just vanish when freedom of movement from the EU ended. That labour still has to come from somewhere. And while there's been plenty of talk about training up the UK's domestic workforce, that is unlikely to happen quickly enough to address the current problems, and there are even doubts as to whether it will ever be enough. You see, like many developed countries, the UK has long relied on foreign labour to fill gaps in its workforce. This obviously helps to fuel a growing economy, which I'm sure you all know because you're all very bright. So while there might be arguments for and against immigration, economically, immigration is consistently a net benefit to a country. That is just a fact.
Oh, it's true.
Now, here is how you can cash in on this Brexit benefit. Because businesses and organisations across the UK are in desperate need of labour, and you can help them by starting your own recruitment agency. Now, I have seen this firsthand because the company that I work for, we recently had to recruit from Nigeria, India and Germany due to a lack of suitable candidates in the UK. The UK government has a comprehensive list of all the eligible occupations. I'll make sure I link to it in the description below. Now, do you have the experience in a sector that's currently in demand, like teaching, healthcare, technology, just to name a few? Because if you do, this could be a lucrative business opportunity for you. I am from Jamaica, and I know agencies that are recruiting maths and science teachers from Jamaica to come and work in the UK. This could be you, and your agency could be helping people from outside the UK to connect with employers who are willing to sponsor visas. These employers can include universities, schools, the NHS and various other companies. Now, here is how you can get started very quickly. You're going to set up your own branded recruitment agency and connect with employers in need of labor. Then you're going to run targeted ads in the countries where the necessary skills are in abundance. You don't need recruitment industry experience to do this. Now, if you have experience in a sector, so like if you work in tech, like myself, you can just leverage that knowledge. You could help applicants with job applications, interview preparations, helping them with their visa, so many things. I know agencies that are earning up to £10,000 for every successful applicant that they recruit to the UK. Now, this will take some more legwork and research for you to get going. I want to be careful, I'm not oversimplifying this, it will be hard work. But I think getting started will be easier than you think. Now, I also know that there's an ongoing debate as to whether this practice deprives other countries of their own skilled labor. Now, while yes, it will create some short-term challenges, I believe that in the long run, it will be a net benefit for these countries as well. But the focus here is on you and what you need to do. Now, switching gears, we're going to talk about another business opportunity that is relevant in this cost of living crisis. Now, in a cost of living crisis, people are always looking for a bargain. I definitely am one of those people. And one of the easiest ways for people to find bargains is to buy pre-owned items instead of brand new ones. Now, this has led to a surge in popularity for online platforms like Vinted, who specializes in pre-owned items. Now, have you ever sold pre-owned items online? Because if you do, I am sure you know that the profit potential here is significant. Now, if you've never done this, you can also capitalize on this growth by buying and selling pre-owned items online using platforms like eBay, Facebook Marketplace, and Vinted. You can also pick up these items from your local charity shops or car boot sales at very low prices and sell them online, marking them up for a profit. Why is this business opportunity a smart one? The low return rates. People buying pre-owned items tend to accept the condition of the product and are less likely to return it. Now, if they're not satisfied, they're more likely to resell it themselves on one of these platforms. Now, let's talk about the profit potential here, because I recently came across a woman who was making over $200,000 a year selling pre-owned furniture, refurbishing them on the weekends and reselling them online for huge profits. Crazy. Let's talk about another business opportunity. Have you ever thought about a career that gives you flexibility over your time plus high earning potential? Now, freelancing might be your answer, because companies all across the UK are turning to freelancers because it's a win-win for both the company and the freelancer. You see, while companies might pay a little bit more upfront for a freelancer, they tend to not have to cover the overheads like sick pay, holiday pay, and the higher taxes relating to national insurance. Now, as a freelancer, you will gain flexibility over your time plus earn a lot more money. Now, as the UK job market continues to tighten, we are likely to see more freelancers because they can provide the same service for multiple businesses. There simply aren't enough workers in the UK's labour market for employees to work exclusively with one company. I've got this neighbour who worked in public relations for a company, and after the pandemic, she decided to go into freelancing, writing for different businesses. Now, she quickly doubled her income, increasing the amount of time she was spending with her family. In fact, she even told me that her previous company rehired her as a freelancer, and she now earns more from them than when she worked with them as a full-time employee. Now, if you want to know which skills are in demand in the UK for freelancers, check out my video. I will link to it in the description. All of these business ideas are to show you the art of the possible. Now, all of these will require a lot more work, a lot more research, and a lot more doing. I am just here to open up your mind to the different opportunities that are out there and the different things that you can start to start your own business right now. So this was never meant to be a comprehensive guide. There's a lot more work that will need to go in all of these ideas. But I hope you found one idea here today that you can begin to research some more. And as I said, if there's an idea that you want me to delve deeper into, let me know in the comments.